ピース行くぞ
さあどうぞご覧くださいだべ。
学院
さっきいた先輩から懸賞金5億ベリー。
5億だやったー
Luffy's shocking new bounty after Whole Cake Island, a One Piece chapter review. This leads to why I believe Luffy will exceed the 1 billion berry mark. The reason for this is because every opponent Luffy defeats is reported. The key word here. It exceeds the opponent by a fair margin. We saw this with Arlon, Crocodile, and now potentially Katakuri. Black Lake Sanji is the third brother of the infamous family of assassins. This famous noble family has been protecting the world government as well as training a future assassins for centuries. And their famous trademark is their black suits. Not much is known about this family, but one thing's for sure, their head of family had 3 sons, and their names are Ichigo, Niji, and their missing son, Sanji. The year of Sanji is ending soon. The question is, would Sanji get his final moment of glory? In One Piece chapter 872, we have seen the awakening hunger powers of Big Mom. Big Mom will be on a King Kong rampage just like we have seen in One Piece chapter 829. But let's cut to the chase. Who will cure Big Mom? Could Sanji have learned a recipe that can calm down the hunger with a small portion? Would this be a fitting end to the Sanji arc by him calming down Big Mom for the Straw Hats to run away and for the Charlotte kids to stop their chase? It is a known fact that animals act differently during a full moon. Cats and dogs are more prone to injury and wild animals attack more often after a full moon has happened. Could this change the behavior of the Dawn Minks that the Straw Hats have already encountered? According to myths, humans turn to werewolves during a full moon, and in this case a Minkman. We have not encountered any werewolves in One Piece, so wouldn't this be werewolf? Mafia wars. But where things stand, that makes sense the most. Consistency with all the supernovas are that they are allied with each other to attack the Yonko, and I'm pretty surprised that Capone allied with Big Mom. Capone looks like a pirate who would do anything to reach the top, and his cruel methods seems to have got him where he is today. Come on, but besides all that I mentioned, the one that interests me the most is the fact that Lola's twin sister is married to Gotti. Is that all a coincidence? Identical twins always have a special connection more than others. Some say twins share some psychic connections or even feel each other's pain. There are stories of twins who happen to give birth to baby daughters on the same day, completely by chance, and twins who were separated at birth but reunited years or decades later to find that they're both married spouses with the same name and drive identical cars. Psychic powers have never been scientifically proven to exist, and psychic twins are no exception. However, as we move away from science towards evidence, we find intriguing parallels between twins. So So if Lola is feeling pain, so will her sister. This could be the first sibling that does not care about Big Mom. Yes, Big Mom loves all her kids, but then her twin is to be killed when found, and even their own father is AWOL. It does sound like I am trolling, but you all know that's not my style. We all believe this wedding will be stopped, but getting betrayed from within is also interesting. Sad backstory. Hi everyone, Flying Panda. Sad backstories is something that builds the personality of a character, and for Katakuri to develop this murderous trait must mean he did have a sad backstory. Katakuri is indeed becoming one of my favorite characters, and this is due to his personality, fighting style, advanced observational haki. One thing we do notice about her is that she does have some similarities to the three-eyed girl who was sitting not far from Big Mom. Pudding has the same eyes as the three-eyed girl, which are very round, and also has the same length hair, which is quite long. The hairstyle has changed, and the most obvious is the fringe in the front. This makes it very difficult to see if this is the same person or not, because we can't see the eye or even her forehead. Even the eyebrows are the same, and even the clothing showing her big breasts. If I do the same color scheme as a three-eyed girl, can we still see? Just use Conqueror's haki and detect the real one and end him. Maybe Cracker's haki is hiding his presence. The fact that Cracker has agoraphobia should tell us that if Gear 4 ever lands a hit on his real body, it would make a huge impact both physically and mentally. Or Luffy should do this. Thanks for watching the video. Capacity he can do already, because he knows for a fact it takes 10 minutes to recover his haki, so I'm sure he's done this many times before. We know that there's potentially that Luffy has other transformation with Gear 4, or if there's no more transformations, it will be a completed version of Boundman. Because throughout the whole time, he's constantly wasting his family. Katakuri, the second son of the Charlotte family and one of the sweet commanders of the Big Mom Pirates, he has a massive bounty of 1,057,000,000 berry. In chapter 860, it appears that the Sun Pirates under the command of Aladdin are preparing to escape from the Whole Cake Island. However, appears to have regrets about leaving Jinbei behind on Whole Cake Island. Perhaps this is a foreshadowing Aladdin and the Sun Pirates coming to the aid of Jinbei and the Straw Hats. This will be a good way for the Straw Hats to escape and show Big Mom that the Sun Pirates have indeed left and will sail under the Straw Hat flag. Confirmed on One Piece chapter 826, and she's beautiful. I'm glad I made theories of her existence, so that is nice to see it confirmed. The picture of Yonji that I made does look similar to Zoro. Like her brother Sanji and Yonji, REIJU, Sanji's sister, has curly eyebrows. I believe some of Devon powers can be shape-shifting and even change appearance to fool enemies. Her fighting style probably revolves around deception. She can likely read the true fears and weaknesses and use them against her opponents. Now here's an early drawing that Oda drew of Devon. Ultimately, he decided to go with the more witch-like appearance. Sanji was given a raid suit and we have yet to see it being used. Sanji's canister colors are known and is marked with a 3. Raid suits are special, technological enhanced outfit designed for combat. They were developed in the German Kingdom and are exclusively utilized by the royal family and military commanders. After reading chapter 808, you can start to believe that the Kaido pirates are based on playing cards. Let's have a look at some of them. Jack. Jack is based on the card Jack, or even the game Blackjack, the famous casino game also known as 21. Again, the world needed extra power and strength needed in order to face a Yonko army. Yonko versus Yonko. This isn't to say that Big Mom will be the sole main force to face against Kaido, but she can deal enough damage to create an opportunity to defeat Kaido. Evidence from our theorists, we start to see that Kaido does indeed resemble a dragon, so it's possible he's eaten the mythical zone model dragon. You can see from his Fushu mustache, the scales on his arms and his horns, even though he is from the Horn people. So this made me reread some of the previous chapters in the manga to see anything that relates to dragons. The only thing that I found was that Kinemon was scaled dragons, and the most important was about Ruma, the samurai who was famous for being the world's strongest swordsman at the time and also as a dragon slayer. Their missions. Yamata no Orochi, shortened to Orochi, was a famous 8-headed dragon in Japanese mythology. I don't want to go on Naruto in this explanation, but yes, it could be based on these legends. But we'll mention more in my next video. A clue: the shogun has the mythical zone fruit Orochi and used the sword Kazunagi no Tsurugi. First and foremost is the dinosaur zone type, which automatically classifies the fruit as an ancient zone, the same as Jack the Drought's mammoth zone. Now a lot of people say that Drake is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but I've been researching and there are characteristics of Drake's zone that differs from a T-Rex. What I'm talking about is his hands in his zone form have 3 fingers, a T-Rex only has 2 fingers. Before the Gorosei act, a special guest may appear. The man who the world government could never catch appear after them by his own. He is, as you guess, Monkey D. Dragon. At this point you might think it's too early for Dragon to appear in the Reverie, but the world government with full military won't let Dragon escape, and a huge war will break up between the Revolutionary Army and the Navy, like the final war of the history. Loses the first round of Kaido. Either Kaido will make him severely hurt Luffy through the sky, or his allies will save Luffy before Kaido finishes him off. But then unless Big Mom comes to save the day, either as an ally, because everything has been resolved that happened in Whole Cake Island because of Sanji's making the cake and so on,